We didn't want to be viewed as just simply opposing development, but we want to be able to articulate what we want to see as development. And it would be development that served the community's needs, not simply be development for the creation of jobs or income of any sort, without thought of what that activity was. Because the activity had to be responsive to what the community wanted and needed. And that's what, I think pulled us together and to try to make this organization what it was.
People are saying, we can do this for ourselves. We can do this by ourselves. And when I say by ourselves, that doesn't mean that all of the resources come from here. By ourselves means that we have the wherewithal to go outside of this community and bring in the partners that we need to make a strong economic base for ourselves. And that comes from such a little project, a small idea. And I think that's what's important for communities to understand. It's not the grand factories that you have to make. It's the small ones and making it grow in, hopefully in a way like this, from one family to the next, to the next, to the next, until you cover a tremendous amount of ground within your community without even thinking about it.
There's nothing wrong with the tourist industry. I just think what's wrong is that leadership on government and as well as industry people have just placed all of it in one basket, and that's not healthy. So if you have little mom and pops or community based projects at an equal footing, then at least when one goes out, we all don't go out. There's still some infrastructure left to circulate economic benefits.
Conventional developer would probably approach the same kind of a project from the standpoint of maximizing the financial return, getting your highest rent, getting the maximum amount of economic or business activity going. That's a goal, yes, for the community-based side as well, but we bring the other sensitivities along with it. The dollar, the bottom line, is not the only consideration.
We believe in kinds of communities, small communities, where people stay. They're not just passing through all the time. And when they stay, they get to know each other. When they get to know each other, when worst comes to worst, they help each other, support each other, those kinds of things. That kind of stability is what we're looking for in our community.
The belief in what you feel has benefits beyond your lifetime is the first lesson, that what we work on this earth or what we do for our community and for our race or our people must have far-reaching effects beyond our lifetime. And those things will have to involve a land base, will have to involve some form of economic to maintain the kind of financing and the kind of economic stability you need in any kind of project.
I think the real opportunity for community-based economic development is to allow communities to determine for themselves the kind of lifestyle they want to maintain. Because community-based economic development is premised on a community's values, especially a community's culture, it therefore will be more aligned to the kinds of development opportunities that will be consistent or will complement those values and that culture.
These are not fads. These aren't like something that's going to be here today and lose its value, or it's something that just flies by night, or called hit and run kind of programs. Yeah, that it is fundamental to development. That these are like anchors, cultural anchors. And an anchor, you always hold on to your anchors to use it as you need it, they remain. So it's very important that sites and places and ideas are anchored in the community, that they can stand the test of time, that they are traditionals, they're part of the rituals, they're part of the stories, they're part of the myths, they're part of the legends that make the community.